I'll figure that out later.
Hey, we're watching it, not playing it. Or we're playing it, not watching it.
That's fair.
Until next week.
Entering into the city, you found a few new things. You found out that the entire city was on fire. You figured out that people were planting things inside that fire. When you managed to make off with a mask, another decided to take a companion into their home. Is the best guess you could do it. A few others managed to find and save random civilians. A few people managed to find old husbands, and the rest managed to just divert problems and make sure that people don't die. Running up back in Section 9, you found that Ramon was nearly taken down. His significant other was down, but thankfully enough, you managed to save her and sent her off to one of the evacuation sites. Ramon accompanying you, seeing as something is off and he doesn't want to have his home being destroyed, as well as needs to look for his daughter, join you in this next endeavor. He stated a few things that could be possible. One would be scouting out the city and locating someone with high tier magic, summoning a circle to nowhere, well, to a different domain. And another is Section 1's quite literal plane shifting section. As you entered into Section 1, you found that 4 individuals that were likely protecting this site dead, 2 other creatures, a massive orc-like creature, but clearly not an orc, and a snake serpent woman that is fallen to the ground. Before them, you see one individual in a mask, 2 fallen angels to his left and right, and what appears to be a salamander and another angel to his left. Well, this is where you left off, but what happens now? Well, let's see what you decide to do.
So, fallen angels, bad guys, menacing, angry.
Hints in the name.
I just want to be sure.
Even if they aren't bad guys, there are full people of Section 1 dead on the ground.
Assume we can't let that stand.
For appearance sake, what does the person in the middle wearing a mask, like, what's his general position, attire?
The mask is worn. You can tell that that specific description of him is accurate, but the cloak is more of a what's it called? Of a priest's cloak, more like a monk, but with a white cloth, golden filigree around it. You can tell that the person seems to be waiting for something. Their stance gives off a presence of defense, but at the same time doesn't seem to be not reserved, but moved as an entire group has formed here.
Have they noticed that shit? Or
It's hard not to.
Hey, Section 1, Angel and Salamander. You guys need backup, I'm assuming?
You've never really been here, but you assume these two are not from Section 1.
Does it look like they were fighting our allies or fighting with them?
Hard to say, but do you, with the angel, speak Celestial, and with the salamanders, speak Infernal?
Nope.
Then they just look at you. To anyone arcane, you could probably roll Arcana.
Well, I'm not terrible at that anymore.
All of you actually rolled pretty well. From what all of you can tell, from what all of you can tell, these two people, or beings, the salamander and the angel, were summoned, but as their summoner likely died, they're just waiting until the spell wears off. As they don't have actual beef against these beings, they aren't acting. Or were not given command to continue acting even after death.
Okay, if someone could convince them to be on our side, that would be helpful. I don't know how to talk to them.
I don't speak angel, darling.
Try to talk to the. You said one of them can speak in.
Infernal and one celestial.
Okay, I can talk to the one that speaks in Infernal. What did you want to ask him?
Well, I mean, I guess if we know that, or we assume, or whatever the Arcana check gives us, that there are some sort of summons, get them back on our side somehow?
Oh, like if they were summoned by us?
Because if their master's dead and everybody who's here is dead was Section 1.
Magically, people forgetting that summons vanish if the creator dies. Or, at the very least, they lose control of them and they start acting on their own. Which would, in all best indications, tell us that either their summon is still very much alive, or they are very much just illusions.
There is a third, but
I'll just ask him who summoned him for now.
alright, you say that to the salamander being, and it states to you, the one on the ground, currently dead. It is unfortunate, but it happens.
Well, what are you doing now?
Waiting until the summoning spell wears off. I don't know why it's taking so long. If I had to guess, maybe something in the area is opening a portal to a different dimension.
You want to kill some time and help us out?
No. Actually, before he says no, roll persuasion.
Okay.
You just turn him into a rabbit? Or are you talking the guard?
No, I'm turning the mask guy into a rabbit.
Okay.
Persuasion. Pretty good.
Alright. He has a +4, so let's see. Oh, that's 20.
Succeeds.
I suppose. If you know what you're doing.
Yeah, we're just investigating right now, trying to figure out everything. And Veroth, do you have any other questions?
Well, I assume we're going to take control of this portal, right? Team, that's consensus, take control of the portal?
Not have
Yeah.
a spell which can, dispel magic. Looking at the portal.
As you say that, you cast polymorph on the being with the mask. You see one of the angels just simply wave their hand and the polymorph dispels.
Can I counterspell that?
Sure?
My armor has 3 a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there... I don't have the spell before me. Is there range on it?
I believe it's
The range of
60 feet.
counterspell is 60 feet.
Haha,
Mhm.
55.
It does not work. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. Is it just a d20 or plus whiz or what?
Let's see here. I believe it's d20 plus your modifier. You're not a caster though, so I believe it's just wisdom.
Wait, I'm a caster. I'm a cleric.
Oh yeah, that's true. For some reason you're thinking of something else. Either way, it still doesn't work. So the polymorph just dispels. The man just looks at you, man or woman, child, who's to say? Just sighs.
And they make no... Okay, so that was pretty non-aggressive response from that. What are you guys doing here?
As you say that, the person in the mask simply states, you can clearly tell it's a man underneath based on the voice. I'm waiting here until the rest of my team comes about.
Through the portal, or are you guys going in the portal?
There are 3 left remaining inside the city that are finishing things up.
So you did this to the city.
So we just face palms.
Personally, no, but as an organization, yes.
Okay, you're being very forthcoming. Suppose we have to put you under arrest, right? That's what we do?
Ramon then states, that's generally what we do, yes, but what's with all this, to begin with? Why even do this? The man in the mask then states, me personally, or in general, why your entire group? Alright, let's see. From what I remember, the group wanted to grab a few items and a few research notes. Some people were in the way, so we needed to create a massive distraction, allowing for little to no interference. And that's why you just... Go ahead.
Let's say, do these notes have to do a section 5 at all?
A few, yes, but not all.
Very forthcoming. It's refreshing and criminal. So where does the portal go to then? Since you're just explaining everything.
Different dimension. It's one of the few ways we can actually get out of this entire field.
And from there, just any old teleport spell to wherever you want.
We do have a meetup point, but in general, yes.
I mean, you're just answering things. Where's the meetup point?
Different dimension.
Okay, what group do you work for that did all this?
It's an entire conglomerate of groups, but the primary benefactors are known as the Vanguard.
Ramon, does that mean anything to you?
Are the Vanguard not the people that were going to help the gold people out?
Go ahead and roll insight, but Ramon does state, not that I'm aware of.
Yes, they were.
Would it not be a history check? Because they told us the Vanguard were the ones
No. To you guys, you know, or I've heard the name Vanguard before. This is something else.
This is a different Vanguard?
No. This is a different check.
Oh, okay.
22 is pretty good. From what you can... 22 is also still pretty good. What you can tell Ramon is lying when he said it doesn't mean anything to him. Either he doesn't want to tell you, or there's something in his past that's keeping him from saying something.
Now really the time. Anyway, it's now really the time to be holding out on us. Saved your wife a minute ago.
Look, if I tell you, you will get involved, which it is up to you, but I will give you the information that you seem to look out for.
Ramon, I'm pretty sure that it's too late to say we're not involved in this.
We're currently here.
Witnesses.
The Vanguard were people that took me in. As I mentioned before, when I had killed my family, I was considered a pariah, someone to look out for and kill on sight. The Vanguard took me in as one of their own. Through some time and some training, I became a soldier for them, killed on sight anyone they ordered me to. They are not the best people. Their leader is quite charismatic to the point of near worship. So much so that that if you encounter him, you would likely be beguiled. If you do come across them, I suggest you do two things. Analyze them and either run or fight, because there is no other option.
Sounds oddly familiar.
Wait, do you think this masked guy is beguiled then?
Not everyone is beguiled in the same way. People are charmed, people are mind controlled, and people simply follow, either for coin or simply believing in the cause.
Hey Caitlin, you want to take a crack at beguiling?
You want me to beguile him?
Fight fire with fire? I don't know.
It's kind of defeats the purpose of me trying to beguile someone if they know I'm doing it.
I guess I did say that out loud, huh? I don't know, this guy seems very honest.
Was the city we've just saved called? Did we ever get a name for it?
Let's see here. El Dorado.
By any chance have to do with something of El Dorado? Maybe a promise that you guys made before?
Are you talking about the masked man or Ramon?
I'm talking to the masked man.
Kitty!
Oops. Wrong layer and map. No, I don't need another update. Wait, why did everything close?
The
And like
updates will not.
the update
updates
wasn't
will
an
not be
option.
reviewed. Yeah.
It was mandatory.
Okay. You asked Masked Man. The Masked Man simply states to you, I don't care. I wasn't, how should I put it? Responsibility? If it was, I already would have done whatever you assume I know.
How many are you right now? How many are here?
There is a collective of a large assortment, but roughly maybe 50, 10 leaders, and 1 prime leader. Depends on what the leader is. I could have a multitude of lieutenants, but I'm not aware.
And you are a leader yourself?
In a certain circumstance, yes. Not one of the 10 prime, but I am a leader of a group.
Say it's very refreshing having a conversation like this with someone who is seemingly adversarial.
You guys are so fucked, by the way.
So
You're
can
falling
talk
for the
with-
easiest trick in the book.
He's definitely
He's
stalling
stalling.
us.
Yeah, he's stalling you for his comrades to turn up. Like, just fucking kill him already.
I'm just waiting in position to do my thing once something actually happens. But it looks like that my thing is going to be the thing that starts the fight.
I am out of
Telepathically to
questions,
fire
so-
off, can I message saying, can you not dispel the portal at any point? You know, get rid of their
Do we
escape route?
want to? Though?
Do we want to let the criminals get away? Probably
Well,
not.
no.
Okay, well, I can try, but I need you to draw out another counter spell. Otherwise, what happened to you will happen to me.
She's got counter spells ready.
Alright. Are you going... Okay, I'll just click on my badge and say into our minds, are you going to bait out a spell? Or should I just go for it?
I cast a spell at 5th level. I cast Dance Macabre. This brings back this guy, that guy, and that guy as undead for me to control. Does he allow this to happen?
Oh, sorry, I'm just reading over the spell. Alright, basically you have... which ones primarily?
There's only 4 humanoids that are dead to the ground, so I'm taking these 4.
Okay, basically you have bodies, but no attributed effects that they had in life.
Yeah, they're just zombies.
Okay. Oops, wrong layer. The person doesn't do anything. They just allow you to do it. Either that or they don't consider dead bodies a threat.
Ooh.
Neat. Then I'll be moving them around.
Alright, give me 1 second so I can give you control.
Ooh.
Caitlin also issues with the badge. Try to polymorph him again. I can maybe possibly handle it.
Respond back, I've only got 1 shot at this left.
Do it.
Do it as well.
Polymorphing none.
Alright, you aim straight for the person, it hits him, and nothing happens. Oh, sorry about that. Once I've seen a spell, doesn't really work on me after.
I guess it's my turn for the Dispel Magic then. Do I have any sense of how strong this portal is? Should I juice it up? Or am I just gonna have to roll anyway?
Unless you can equal it, it's not worth juicing.
That's what I mean.
Any one of you can try to roll Arcana, but Ramon does state, I'm not exactly sure what Section 1's technology was, but if I had to guess, it's quite high.
And just a regular Dispel Magic then. Looks like. So this DC I have to beat is 10 plus the spell's level, and that's against my spellcasting ability, which is...
Both of
is
you,
that Wisdom?
Both you, Byroth and Reltech, understand that it is 19.
Jesus.
Oh, this is Gate.
Wish me luck, I guess?
No.
No, don't even bother. Do I actually have the sense that I shouldn't even bother?
Hard to tell. Hard sell.
Alright, there's a chance I'm gonna do it. 3rd level. So that's Wisdom. Do I get my proficiency on that or no?
No. No.
Okay.
Only class that gets proficiency is Abjuration Wizard.
Okay. Wow.
So you cast your spell straight towards the portal, and then immediately it gets sucked into the portal, as if it just became one with it. The masked man simply states, "Oh, it's a shame, but I highly doubt simple spells. Well, who's to say? You can always try again."
With that Arcana, do we get any sense if the runes are powering this thing, or there's something else?
Immediately telepathically to everyone saying, okay, don't cast it at the portal because it might be charging it.
If you had to guess, some of the scriptures on the portal are likely powering it. But if you had to guess, magic from the area is also powering it.
Interesting.
Caitlin says to the badge, "Are we actually going to do something here, or are we just going to be spectators to his reinforcements coming in? Because I've been ready over here for a while."
I'm very limited to what I can do right now.
Can we find out where the power source is coming from?
Sure, go ahead and roll history or insight. From what you remember, there's a giant power source underneath the city.
One last thing before we attack into the badge psychically. So I did bag a few of those anti-magic bombs.
Try throwing one in.
Why not? I don't know how to trigger it, if someone can attack it or shoot it or something.
I'll go ahead and shoot at it.
Alright, what do I roll to throw something at the portal?
Athletics?
So I just hit.
Nice.
Did I hit it?
You throw that strange shard, basically a D4, into the area. Relta takes aim and fires, shattering the thing around it. You do see that it gets absorbed into the spell, and it slowly vibrates, as if it did something. But with just one shell, it quickly reestablishes itself. As that happens, you take note that 3 individuals enter inside. As Cerberus was right, it was waiting for its group to enter back in.
That's awkward.
No, Gavin, I get to do what I wanted to do with you.
I did say Archer was gonna come back soon.
Oh wait, Archer's there!
I didn't think you meant now. Because, once again, I have not leveled him up.
I took the chance to reskin his class.
Hey, cool.
Three individuals get inside and you hear Gavin state, "Oh well, this is interesting. It seems that you just let them inside. They weren't really doing anything and it bought me time." "I see that, and you just told them what?" "I provided answers to their questions." Yeah, Fox, you were right. It's a good thing we didn't tell them too much. Yeah.
That sucked.
Hey guys, let's grab Gavin. He seems to know more than this guy.
I was Eldritch blasting Gavin, but for some reason, agonizing blast didn't go off. So you gotta add 6 to each one of those damage dice.
You know what, Dropkick? I'm gonna join you in on that.
Alright, all of them except for the last 2 hit. I'm gonna have that roll concentration spell. Nope, gone. You then see Gavin turn into a I lied again. The cat was supposed to be there.
I did 31 damage with mine because, like I said, I don't know why it took off my charisma for the damage.
Let's see here, and Halu did 2 plus 10. No, just 2. Okay.
Louis, not a good spellcaster with damage.
You see Gavin completely change into a different form. No longer humanoid. Well, still humanoid, but no longer human. You can see that he turns into a strange lion-like creature. Golden mane, locks of fur. He still has the maps. The maps don't change. But you do see that his paws seem to be twisted.
Oh, hell no. Hell fuck no. I don't like that creature. Oh, man. Dude, I don't want to fight it now.
His voice did change. His mannerisms are kind of still the same. Gavin then states, "Well now, this is quite a predicament. Seems that each of you have decided to go against us. Well, that really doesn't matter at this point." You then see the Tiger Man just throws a bunch of documents into the portal. Slowly, they fall in.
Can anybody fireball that shit?
I can Eldritch blast it.
You can go for it. So I said slowly.
Sure, okay.
Thunder
And I've lost it on my character sheet.
I'll try to attack it, Mike. I have fire attack on my thingy. Tempest Worm.
Nice. Entering into the area, you do burn off a good amount of the paperwork that's falling inside. While 1 or 2 pieces go in, they're already burning. However, you do see and look at him and go, and he states, "Do you really think I'd just throw in the piece of documents I needed? Just wanted to see if he'd waste a spell."
It's a cantrip.
I did not. Thank you for letting us know.
So we can't polymorph Mask Guy, but we can polymorph other people, right?
As far as you know. But the individual then looks at you and goes, "Cantrip or not, it really doesn't matter. Fox, is everything prepared?" "Yes, the detonation charges are set. Few of them are in the R&D department, but looking towards Archer. Archer then states, what kind of voice did you say he was gonna have?
What kind of voice is his voice thing set to?
Common?
Feminine.
So we finally figured out how it works.
I
Yeah.
want to try to polymorph.
He'd probably have it as like a friendlier voice, sounding voice. Like he's trying. It's super friendly because he's a nice guy.
Alright.
He'd probably up the pitch.
Alright, I'll try to work with this. Who are you gonna try to party more for Alta?
The one that was Gavin or whatever. The tiger thing? Is that what it is now? A lion?
A lion. Level 4.
Try, oops. Do I have to do those? I have never used it before.
You cast a spell directly towards him. It hits, and nothing happens. Sorry, you're gonna have to work with a little stronger spell. Unfortunately, that level doesn't work with me.
Level 4 doesn't? Okay.
Very don't. Archer then states, everything seems a little higher pitch. Everything seems to be just fine. Everything is in order. Looks like a giant dragon thing is up on the roofs attacking the bombs, so we can't exactly blow up the entire network, but we can at least blow up the research labs and the police. Former Gavin then states, alright, we'll at least work with that. It is unfortunate, but if you let us go, we won't, and if you don't, we will.
Wait, what? Sorry, I was focused on whether or not I would shoot my own character.
How, I mean, obviously he's not trustworthy, but do we believe this character?
You can roll insight.
Archer?
You believe these two are telling the truth. Well, these three are telling the truth. Archer has stated that some creature in the sky is currently destroying the bombs. He also took note. You also took note that he could see that it was a dragon. Fox stated that the bombs were planted everywhere, including the police department, which had no one inside, so that was easily done. And
But do I believe him whether or not he'll leave us, or he'll leave it be if we let him go?
from what you can tell, former Gavin or still Gavin, you actually never questioned it, just saw him transform, is telling the truth.
Above my pay grade, Ramon. We have them within arm's reach. You're the boss. For what it's worth, I think if we let them go, the city doesn't blow up.
I don't think we should let him go.
Okay,
Caitlin,
give
care
you,
to
up to-
weigh
it's-
in?
It's up to y'all.
I'll give you a moment to decide amongst yourselves.
No.
I'm not gonna attack him though.
Okay. I'll follow suit with you guys.
Mhm. Hey Cerberus, are you still under contract to the lion thing?
Oh yeah. I don't think he was.
Well, Cerberus has been eyeing all of you up, so take that how you will.
Cerberus, I should inform you that is not in fact Gavin. I don't know what. I don't know if you understand that, but that's what's known as a disguise. Gavin is somewhere around this city, and that's not Gavin.
Actually, thinking back, oh wait, I don't think you were responding when Helu was in the sky. You were a little frantic, so never mind. You wouldn't have this information.
Would we?
Yes. From what you remember, Halibu went up in the sky, saw a strange man with maps documents heading towards Section 9, and then like a few minutes or an hour later, I forgot when, Caitlin went into the sky, saw Gavin specifically pointed out heading towards Section 9. Well, not Section 9, but the R&D department.
So 2 Gavins were at Section 9.
Perhaps, or 2 disguised people that took on Gavin's persona. Or maybe one of them truly is and is now a tiger. Who's to say? But
We have had So we have had multiple reports of multiple sightings of Gavins at the same time, or in places that make it impossible for it to be less than one of them.
Don't think you've had any reports because I don't think Caitlin or Halibu mentioned it. So,
oh
They
no, I
did.
mean we have. I don't know if you heard. I'm telling you now.
all I'm saying is, unless it's information they shared, which I don't remember either of them sharing it, then it's
It was shared amongst
third-party knowledge.
comms, so Byroth and Ralto were. Caitlin was ignoring the calls, so she didn't get that information. But when Caitlin went up into the sky and relayed the information she could see, it was shared between Halibu, Halibu would also know. Ralta and Byroth.
Oh, okay.
I think the only one that couldn't is because you don't have your badge anymore.
I guess you were contracted with a Lion Man all along. Good to see all of us.
As you see that, the masked man simply states, "No, that's not exactly true." Gavin then states, "All right, then tell him everything." Sure. I don't. You know what? Just continue. All right then. According to this information, this former Gavin was killed off roughly 3 days prior to your exploits into what would be, I believe you called it, El Dorado? Gavin then states, "Yes, that's right. The man was killed, extracted from the slums, and then replaced with this individual here." He has took on his form, his memories, and his persona. The man, or the lion, simply states, "All right, you actually did tell them. Yes, I am Gavin, or at least the Gavin you know. But the man did exist at one point in time."
I suppose the important question is, how long before you met us, Cerberus, were you contracted Gavin, quote unquote? Because if it was 4 days that she'd been contracted, well then it was, you know what I mean?
Cerberus is still just staring you all down, waiting to see if you'll make a move.
Yeah. Cerberus, from what you can tell, you were contracted 2 days before meeting us?
Don't worry. I know. Well, it would have been the same day, but whatever.
Yeah.
I know exactly what Cerberus is thinking, so don't worry, Dogma.
Alright, no problem. However, he does state, "So then, what are you all planning to decide? I will state, though, that I do have a bargaining chip in case you decide not to. So let's say,
I am curious what you think this bargaining chip is.
I'd rather hear your response, and then I'll give you more information. Could be worth little to nothing, or it could be the world to you."
I mean, I guess that would depend
Penelope's
on.
back.
Oh, I guess it would all just depend on what you think I'd personally care about. I already said that I have no intention of attacking you. I don't know why y'all are still here. Shoot, get the portal. But now you got me all curious.
Gavin just looks towards you, Caitlin, and states, "Well, I did meet you in that room. I did notice that you did have a daughter. Family is very important now, isn't it?"
Were you actually gonna use my daughter as a bargaining chip?
I'm merely suggesting a circumstance that could prove vital to someone.
Did anyone check Caitlin's husband was Caitlin's husband?
Caitlin checked that.
Yeah, but if they can extract all the memories and everything. Oh la la.
Speaking of checking into things, Maximilian's headed that way now.
Okay, that would explain where you didn't keep your horse.
Well, he was up inside the sky sending me information about what was happening.
Oh,
But
from
ne-
what you can tell, yeah, Archer's information was accurate. Penny is still blowing up bombs. There's little to any fires left, so she's doing a great job.
Okay, so fires are pretty much down in the city. What did you say would not blow up? Police department or other targets?
Primarily the police department, sure. But I do have a few spread out around the area that are little not in the fires. After all, they are in an area where people will disperse and head out, but according to Archer over here, you did send out someone to look for them. So I can't exactly call that one of my bargaining chips, if you will. More like this entire research facility will be turned to ash and sunder.
I mean, if you want to be a martyr,
What's your end goal here?
My end goal is the documents, items, and research we managed to pick up.
might be a saucer of milk on the side of that too.
Amusing. Nevertheless, we did manage to retrieve the documents we needed. After
For
all,
what?
a few of them were to figure out. It's the masked man now, because Gavin wouldn't be stupid enough to give you the actual information. The masked
I still
man,
say the saucer of
Loose-
milk.
Loose lips, mask man.
Gavin
Oh,
simply
okay.
states to you, Kaylin, amusing. Then the masked man then states to Rauta, well, one of them was to figure out what exactly were Millie's capabilities. After all, we did take her research blueprints and are now currently finishing up the adjustments to everything. One was to excavate any lingering information from Section 5's Lazarus Pit project, as well as destroy it in case it were to become vital at one point in time in a mass large scale. Another was to coerce everyone out of the facility in order for us to exit out without too much issue and jump into the portal when need be. So they required my services to take them out, as well as to demonstrate the abilities that each of you have, as this is one of the safest cities in the Forbidden Zone, but we also wanted to gauge our enemy's capabilities, including our own. Gavin just looks at the guy and goes, "Are you done? This is all the information you gave me." That was rhetorical.
Where's Millie now?
Ramon states, her and her sister are in this house. They should be fine. The masked
Yeah,
man
she ain't in there.
The masked man then states, we don't have a Millie, we have her blueprints and, I suppose, copies. Or at least, capabilities of such things. As you say that, Caitlin, Ramon goes, "What do you mean?"
She gets on comms. Hey Ramon, I forgot to tell you, don't know where your daughter is. The fox-eared one. She does like little fox ears with her hands. Yeah, we don't know where she is. It's probably not the best time to be telling you this, but you know, I thought you should know considering they're talking about bargaining chips.
As you say that, Halloween, you're next to him, and so is Rauta and Byroth. Cerberus, you have like a super high perception check, so you can tell Ramon is furious. Calms down because he has to be the leader of this. I'm gonna call it shenanigans. But he does seem to take on a more analytical face. Ramon then states to you, Caitlin, "Thank you for letting me know."
Here to help when it's convenient. Speaking of, don't attack those zombies.
They've got like little notes pinned to their chests, you know, like a kid going to school.
Yep, and now they're off to go to Section 5 to go hand in that note.
So I guess that's 5 more people definitely dead if we don't let them go. Could have told them to go look for bombs.
They're zombies. I have to literally be in front of them to give them orders.
Gavin then does state, ultimately, it really doesn't matter what you choose. This is just a experiment to see on what you would do.
Oh, not Gavin. I have an important question I have to ask you.
Yes, Miss, Prissy Pants.
Calm down. I'm not gonna insult you. I was just wondering. Are you a fiend or a... No, you're definitely a fiend. I just can't remember if you're a devil or a demon.
Some consider me a devil. You then hear in your mind, Caitlin, the blade. Oh, little devil. Might be into you.
Banishment?
Nah,
I know you're
banishment.
thinking.
Banishment doesn't work on this kind of creature. Not at this level. You need at least 6 level spells. I know what he is. I got it when I saw his little kitty face. And then I really got it when you said backwards hands.
Yeah. Well, I said twisted. But yeah, same thing. Sort of. Gavin then does state, yes, some people consider a little devil, a little bit of the wild side. So, what is it going to be, Madam Caitlin, Sir Byroth, Miss Rauta, Madam Hallowoo, and Ramon? I don't know who you are behind all of them. Cove then goes, name's Cove. Just met up with them a little while ago. Sure.
You have no presence, buddy.
Yeah, he's cool.
I mean, I'm part of the voluntary firefighters in the city, but fair enough. That's all he says to you, Caitlin.
I mean, like he's been the actor for the longest time, and I noticed his token. He's just been so quiet.
He's my friend.
He's a simple man. He is powerful with water spells and the like, but he's just a normal dude.
He's just a badass.
But Gavin does state, so, your thoughts then?
Personally,
You could use an outfit change. It's not really fitting your body style.
Caitlin has voiced her opinion.
No, I've stated a fact.
personally, either outcome suits me. The city will not be utterly destroyed either way, and if all the damage you do is to set back the magical and research capability of the city for years, it suits me just fine. And honestly, this is a big fight, and I'm kind of tired.
Ramon, are we getting a raise? It's important to my next few actions.
As far as I'm aware, no, the director hasn't stated anything as such. Does
Oh.
that really matter at this point?
Well, if I do die here, I would have to ensure that, you know, I have a perfect copy of me walking around for the rest of time. So, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go to my coffin, Ramon.
As Caitlin just leaves.
Unfortunately, she was on the other side of the road, so it's a long walk.
Yeah, that's fine. But Gavin looks towards Rauta, and you, Miss Rauta.
Sorry, what was that?
What is
What
your
was he
opinion
asking?
on either him leaving, or you trying to stop him and him blowing up the laboratories?
Well, I thought we all agreed we are gonna let him go or whatever. I just want to know if they, like, I was just more curious about. Did he ever tell us more about Millie or something? I think that was the last question I asked him.
Ramon stated that Millie is currently at the house. Caitlin stated that his other daughter isn't there. Inside of his mind, which he was pissed at, from what you could tell. The masked individual then stated, "We don't have
Oh no.
Millie or Milli, but rather the ability to create or copy the abilities."
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna stand down with everybody else if they're fine with letting them live.
Before I go, weird question. You mind taking off the mask there?
Oh, sure, I suppose so. You see Gavin goes, do you just listen to everything they say? I mean,
Oh yeah.
Why not?
And his name, we gotta
The best kind of evil is the honest evil. Evil that you don't even believe is evil. He's doing a really good job at it, Gavin. Don't worry about it. Or not, Gavin.
removes it.
Oh, that's why.
And
That's
what
actually
is-
kind of interesting. Because your thingy is set to that now.
Uh-huh.
BBEG.
No, it was giving you a clue to something. Basically to look for this guy and get information. But, you know,
Wait, I don't like his face.
little rude, but okay.
That was out of character. There's a reason why. It's because he looks exactly like fucking Leo. That's weird. That's real weird.
And
But,
what is your name?
Oh, sorry about that. Gavin goes, really? Did you ask nicely? Character sheet.
Politeness goes a long way.
Gabrielle's just asking someone a simple question, getting a simple answer.
Yeah, this guy has been the easiest villain to talk with.
I have actual zero motivation to ever fight this guy if I see him on the street.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a delight.
I might have tea with him later.
So what's their name?
No, you asked politely, so I'll just give you his actual name and then his code name.
I can guess Gavin's code name.
Sure, if you want. The person then states, personally, my actual name is William. You can call me Will if you like. But I also go by Harbinger.
Hello, William. Can
Who
you tell
gives
us
out
what,
these code names?
what first attracted you to the group you're currently with? What was it called again?
I mean, personally, for me, it was the monetary value it provided to me and the people that work under me. From what I told you not too long ago, it was the Vanguard. Are you feeling all right there, sir? Gavin then goes, not the time. All right.
Hey, leave him alone. He's precious.
Really
He's doing his best.
Will then states, but yes, monetary value, unfortunately. They do pay the best. So, unfortunately, that's why I joined. Their leader is charismatic, but not to the point that I'd blindly listen to him.
What was the leaders?
That's definitely interesting.
Hey, is he back? For a little bit.
Basically, you, Will, the guy that had a mask on but no longer,
Yeah.
basically gave you the story why they were here. To collect informational data on their enemy as well as the actual technological advances. To collect data on Millie's current advancements and her progress to advance their own development, as they had stolen information on their weaponry a long time ago. From what you remember... Oh wait, you were a different character, so you don't know any of that. They also planted bombs in the area, as well as in the R&D department, which is the only real threat of the area to be exploded and not survive. They did say they had a bargaining chip in case you guys didn't want them to leave, and then stated that this is simply a thought experiment on what your answer would be, as it didn't matter either way. Byrod said, screw you, but sure, leave, I don't care. Caitlin said, I don't care, I'm going to sleep. And then told Ramon that his kid's missing. Ramon got mad. And then Relta had a nice conversation with Will, William, or Harbinger. Goes by Will.
He's pleasant.
Who's purely in it for the money.
Hey, since you're just sharing stuff and being all nice and adorable, what's everyone else's names here?
Oh, that one took on the name of Gavin, but his... he never gave me his actual name, but the name he goes by is Rox.
Oh, for Rakshata. I get it. Short for that.
Perhaps. I never really asked. We don't really talk much. Gavin or Rox then states, there is a reason for that. Looking down, he then states, her code name is Fox, but she goes by Faraday. Or Farah for short. Fox looks towards the group and goes, I guess. Is this really the time for this?
But we're not directly opposing you, so... I mean, you got pretty much all the time in the world, don't you?
I suppose. Will then states, not exactly sure his actual name, but he has stated he goes by Archer. For some reason, he doesn't like to give out his true name. Archer then states, sorry about that. Relatively joined recently, so still figuring things out. That's understandable, Will then states. After all, we're all just strangers until we become friends, so who's to say we can't know your name eventually?
Look at you, Will, and all that positive thinking you're out there doing. You know, if there's more people like you in this world, there'd be a lot less fighting. And a lot more having tea.
If only other more stable organizations within the safe zone could afford to so handsomely reward their servants. Ramon.
Rock then states to Haru, when Halu asked, do you have plans to hurt the queen or have ill intent? Rox says, perhaps it all depends on what you answer. Will then states, from what I remember, no, but it's possible. They don't really give me all the information. Rox then looks towards Will. There is a complete and honest reason for that.
I mean, why don't you just take a little bit? Why don't you take a page from Will's book and share the honesty? Why is that, Rox?
From what you can tell, Halu, Rox is being dramatic, but at the same time, if she gets in the way, he will hurt her. But at the current moment in time, no. Will's being genuinely honest. There's like no malice behind him. It's a little off-putting.
He's pure mercenary. I mean, Barath doesn't say it out loud, but if we paid him more money, he'd be on our side.
So how much exactly are they paying you? Like a month, weekly, hourly? You sound like you're hourly.
It's actually per job, Will then states.
Sure.
Taking Barath's air-quoted hint, Ramon then states, I could offer you a benefit plan and 2,000 gold a month. Will then states, I can't exactly tell you my actual pay, but I'm afraid that won't cover my expenses. But thank you for the offer, though. Again, Halu, you sense no actual ill will or discontent. He's genuinely thankful for the offer, but has to decline.
Are you human? You look human, but I feel like you're not actually human.
Okay, there we go. Mike was acting up.
But what do you mean by trying to stop?
Like, what exactly? They said that they're trying to halt research and shit like that, right?
Yes.
Well, they took research notes and that. Halu was asking what exactly, research-wise, they're trying to stop or halt or take for themselves. Halu has no fucking idea.
That's right. Will stated whatever remnants of the Lazarus Pit project was left, they wanted to investigate, as well as destroy anything there that could revitalize someone they don't want to revive, including if it ever went into a mass production state. They went and acquired updated documents on Milli, or Millie, which is Ramon's second daughter. They investigated other areas, but Will wasn't informed for obvious reasons because he's way too honest. But he did state that they were here, specifically he was here to procure the exit route as they had no real other way, or at least have not told him, of exiting this entire dome area. And each group was to meet up back in a different dimension.
Halu kind of leans over and asks, wouldn't by any chance have Black King connections, would you?
Rox looks towards you and simply states, I'm afraid that is not really of your concern. Will then states, depends. Is that the creepy dude with all doused in shadow? If it is, then yes. Farah looks towards Will and states, is he serious? Are you serious?
Listen, the boy was raised right. Honesty is the best policy.
I'm just genuinely curious. You guys never tell me anything about that, dude. Rox just sighs heavily. You assume yes.
We're taking down this entire organization from the inside by introducing the idea of curiosity and honesty.
So what if I'm to be correct, what I'm being told is that there are people trying to take some sort of new form of vivification and basically war material might be the best way to put it.
The best way you can interpret Will's information, as well as any information you have gotten in this game, is they are trying to take weapon research materials that are able to copy and reproduce on a massive scale abilities, including magical abilities and the like.
Essentially, we're
Revivification.
giving them access to a being that is a one-creature army that they can mass produce.
Or updated data, as they did steal those documents a long time ago and wanted to see how the object progressed. Lost my train of thought. As well as investigate other things, but you're not completely aware of the entire situation, as Will is not given full access to the information for obvious reasons that are now completely apparent to your team. However, he is working for the leader of the Vanguard. I believe one of you asked who the leader was, but I completely skipped over that because I forgot to.
Yeah, I did.
Can I detect thoughts on Will?
As you do so, Will just remembers. Oh, right. Lady Relta, you asked. Well, he wouldn't call you lady. He'd just call you Relta. Relta, you asked who I work for primarily. Primarily, it is the elusive man.
You can call me lady. And you said the elusive man?
Yes. Roxton just looks towards him and goes, "You know, I don't know why he keeps you around. Pays well. I do the job. Nice guy to talk to."
You are a nice guy to talk to.
You are.
Is there any further information I get from reading his thoughts about that? Like an image of said man, or?
You know he's genuinely honest about all the information he has given you. Once again, when he mentions the elusive man, he does give you an image that you detect. It is a man golden and blue with royal colors, including purple. A mask of that of a ram or something similar, more demonic, but at the same time more like an angelic beast.
Does it resemble at all the image of that I got from the person we were interrogating?
It does. It resembles this image specifically, which is the image you had prior.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, that's concerning. Well, those two situations seem to be connected.
He did get... Rox basically wanted to know, or at least interpret the way you would do things. So he did ask, let us leave, and we won't blow up the site and or any other bombs that are in the city. But you know there's roughly maybe 5% of the bombs left, which is near next to nothing. But he'd still blow up the research facility. Byral said, screw you. Cerberus didn't say anything because Cerberus doesn't like to speak. Rauta
Obviously, didn't get fucking asked.
He asked the group, but I suppose Cerberus would...
He asked everyone by name, but he did not ask Cerberus. Although Cerberus does have her back to him anyway, so that's kind of her answer already.
Genuinely, though, I was going to get through the entire Section 9 and then ask you, the last one, but then this all happened. Caitlin said, I'm done with this. Go if you want to. So that was what was happening.
So from what I know previously, you also, or at the very least one of your underlings, was in ties with a specific someone that was trying to gain control in Lynn.
I did not understand that.
Basically, Halliway was pointing out that it's to the party that the situation with the nobleman that was trying to get his name back in Lynn to try and get control and basically transport all the Genasis and shit like that.
The guy that we
So-
caught.
Yeah, they're connected.
Yeah. Will then states, "Oh, that guy. Yeah, terrible man. Don't know why we did business with him." Truth. But then Rox does state, "So then, Halavu, your answer?"
I don't particularly agree with what you're doing, nor do I agree with the methods you're taking about it, but at the same time I can't. I'm not sure of the bigger picture, however, since I seem to be the only one that cares, you are still considered criminals for as she motions to the city on fire.
She has fair points.
But at the same time, I had no previous knowledge of a revival project or the fact that one of Ramon's children could be considered a weapon. So I don't know what to think at this point.
I can work with this answer. Ramon, I generally don't care what you decide to say either way. Ramon then states, "Yeah, I was gonna say fuck off, but clearly you don't care." That is true enough. Cove, I generally don't know who you are. That's fair. Again, volunteer firefighter in the city. Gonna go with these guys, screw you. Alright then. Now then, Miss Cerberus, I know you aren't technically part of their group, but we did travel together for some time. I generally respect you as a capable individual, so I will ask you the same question.
Cerberus looks at him, looks confused, and just points to the portal.
Very well. I've gotten the information I needed. Looking at the rest of you, he does state, "Alright. We'll be going then. You do try to stop us. That will be an interesting concept. But I did get the answers I thought I would. Which is a disappointment all the same." As they head towards the portal.
Wait, did you want to fight?
No, it's simply that you did not surprise me with your answers. That
Do any of them have hoods or anything like that, or pockets or shit?
Farah has a hood, Archer has a coat/hood thing, and a mask. Rox has a bellowing cloak. Will does have a Hope Cloak combo.
I probably can't do this without being sneaky. Without not being sneaky, oh fuck's sake. I was gonna put one of my playing cards on them so I could detect object later on and try and find them.
You can try sleight of hand.
I'm nowhere
You can
near
always
it.
just ask Will to hold on to this for you.
Do you have misdirection on a save true sign?
I'm gonna tap my badge and say, "Hey, Rialto, maybe you tell Salamander to see what's on the other side of the portal. Maybe you can jump back through. I don't know."
Anyway, as they're leaving, Cerberus will simply nod to Gavin.
I'll do that. I'll ask the salamander if they wouldn't mind hopping through the portal and jumping back if they can tell us, what's on the other side.
Sure, I
I guess
suppose.
And Service, you said you were waving bye to us?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
looking
Cerberus
down.
nodded at Rox. Didn't wave at anyone.
Oh, okay.
You see it rush the portal, jump in. You see the two angels spike two weapons, one a giant spear and another a blade. It's not enough to stop them, but it does hurt. Jumping into the portal, you don't see it come back.
Oh. Alright, I will also...
You do see that
As-
Rock smiles at this, though.
Oh, dang, it did get absorbed. Son of a bitch.
That or something else. But you do see Farah wave at the group, heads out. Archer nods as he did know at least Ramon.
He only didn't know Ramon at this party right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Will my Ruby tablet phone number.
All right.
And say, you've been a real delight and pleasure to talk to. If you ever just want to chat, go ahead and give me a call.
I'll keep this on me. You read it on a piece of paper and give it to him. I don't have one, but I could probably use one of my underlings' phones, so maybe.
Alright. Thanks.
Rox just looks at him with a dour face, like, really? But then goes, oh, all right then. Will, you jump in first, bring along your summons. William then goes, all right then, lovely to meet you all. Have a great day. Jumps in, and the two fallen angels to his sides collapse within themselves, unsummoning.
Last chance to get the criminal.
Oops.
Are you saying Will's a
You
criminal?
say that as if you haven't also said no and are heavily leaning against not doing it.
I know.
Hallie was the only one that kind of was like, yeah, but no.
No, I said that. I said that too in the beginning. I was like, I don't really want to, but if everybody else doesn't, I don't know.
Yeah.
Will took all motivation out of the fight.
Yeah. And then I was like, yeah, he's a pleasure.
As he steps inside, slowly sinking in, he does state, well, this has been entertaining, and I did think you thought the way you interpreted. Let's keep it simple then. I had anticipated each of your movements, but I also expected one thing, and that was surprise, which is unfortunate. But I will keep this bargaining chip with me,
I flip him off.
just in case I need it down the line. So until we meet again. As he outstretches his hand, sinking in, you see Millie sink in as well.
That's not Millie.
Alice.
As you see Alice sink in as well. Sorry.
Oh, there she
Ruined
is.
the moment.
I mean, that's on Ramon right there. He should have been asking them about his daughter.
Hey, Ramon, I hate to be that person, but we
I
found your
attempted
daughter.
with Millie because I thought it was Millie that was missing.
Is the portal closing?
The portal is closing.
Okay, at that point, because you threatened a child, Hallie was trying to dash towards the portal.
Alright, go ahead and roll acrobatics to rush in before the portal collapses.
I mean, I'm on a broom, but
Acrobatics. Advantage on broom.
If Hallie was going in, Cerberus is instantly following her.
And 22 still
We're
does it.
right though as well.
I'm still not gonna go in that portal.
And what do we have to roll? Acrobatics?
Look, Dropkick, at this point, I don't think any of us expect you to go anywhere.
Hey, let's look at the right side. Archer's on the other side of the portal, so I guess I'll play Archer.
Dang it.
Baroth, you go? Yes, no? YN?
My first instinct was to throw my chain through, because I think it's a one-way portal, and I'm not really excited about the team of people who want to kill us on the other side.
Will has no intent on killing you. He would have did it by now.
Time to
Yeah.
give him more bargaining chips.
Yeah.
No.
Mess with the one thing Halliwell cares about.
No.
Yeah, that's not looking so good. About that one.
I'm gonna try the chain thing, because I don't think I'll make it in time anyway.
Hmm.
Alright, go ahead and roll.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
12.
I'm almost tempted to go in with those acrobatic rolls.
Unfortunately, no. Cerberus, you said you were going to try to jump in as well?
Well, the second Halliwell goes towards it, I'll go with.
Okay.
So,
Caitlin, you should try because that's your daughter's friend.
Yeah, I'm not gonna die for my daughter's friend.
It's for her happiness, okay?
you guys didn't even make it in there. What do you mean me going in
I
there?
tried.
alright, so Caitlin will die for no reason, but she won't die for a reason. That's nice to know.
Exactly.
Oops.
I mean,
Not
I have a
little
reason
girl.
for it.
Try to take a dragon's power, but not save a little girl. Okay.
Yeah, but you
I mean,
gotta
she was gonna
remember
go to sleep after this.
He was taking a dragon's power at the sake of leaving a little girl behind, so...
I mean, I could explain it, but that would ruin it.
Cerberus, go ahead and roll acrobatics. Unless you were on the broom, then I guess technically.
Oof.
Oh.
Oh, so only Halliwell.
No, just Hallie with it.
At the same time, though, I'm technically ahead of Halliwell.
He is right next to the portal, bear in mind.
Advantage.
Ooh.
Not enough.
No, that was almost an out one.
Not
I'll see
enough
you
for
all
being right next
time
to it.
burn down the city when I'm used as a token.
This is a spell ending in the exact moment. This is honestly not something I anticipated, so I set the DC at 18, which is difficult but not impossible.
Right, but shouldn't it also be based on distance? Because if Halliwell's moving from there towards it, and I see her coming towards me, I already know what she's doing. So I'm going to reach it before she's going to reach it anyway.
If that's true, go ahead and roll insight, and I'll change the insight into the roll you have to make.
Oh, the game just fucking hates me today.
Hates you.
Oh my god.
You're not going in that portal.
Alright, I will let the modifier modify it. And the modifying factor was not the modifying factor. The number to beat was 10. So you rush in and jump. But you trip in, so you don't look that graceful.
Fine by me.
Alright. Those two disappear, and the spell shuts down. Not depicted. You see Ramon madder than he has ever been.
Ramon, I hate to be that person, but I'm currently off the clock now, so I'm going home.
And that's how you get stabbed.
You almost get stabbed, actually.
I'm just gonna take the disengage action while I'm at it.
No. This is more primal than anything else. Inside your mind, you get this distinct feeling of running. Running as fast as possible. You remember that, well, there are a few things that can do this to you. One is instinct. either you see something or someone, or you feel something around you to a great extent that could easily kill you, or if not, that could threaten your life. Another are being greater than you, which in one circumstance is the leader of your, I wouldn't call it a coven, but your vampire sect. Whatever Ramon is currently at now, it's similar in the same stance as you feel like you're about to die.
Yeah, I'm still going home.
All right. Relta, Byroth, Caitlin, and technically Cove, because he's there. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, against Ramon? Jesus.
Oh, and by now the angel disappears.
That one's supposed to be
This
this
is all Ramon's fault this happened anyways. Now he wants to fight us.
There's a reason for this. You just never asked completely his backstory, so you don't know.
Oh my god.
Natural 20!
Did I not do it right?
You just forgot to, oops. Moving the cat.
That's because I always click on the cat.
It was 20 initiative. Cat takes its own turn. Okay. Byroth, looking around you, you do see something happening to Ramon. The instinctive thought of rather fight or flight. You get run. Behind you, you see Ramon's eyes shift into almost, not cereal, cerulean-like color and hue. His veins within the eyes almost turn bloodshot red. He looks almost like a demon at this point. His skin turns into a more feral red, and you see marks beginning to form.
Okay, that's not great. I'm gonna cast Command on him. Wisdom DC 18. And I will say, calm. Calm.
Alright. What's it save?
DC, Wisdom 18.
Let's see. In this current state, he is not that wise. Running on instinct alone, so it's a flat roll. I kind of ruined the moment now. You see, he does calm down. Battle over.
Now let's try to find a way to reopen this portal so we can get through it. There was a power source powering it, right?
You see, he calms down. He shakes his head and then states, "Yes, I don't know what it was. Unfortunately, the people that knew are dead."
They're heading over to Section 5.
Speak with the dead?
That could perhaps work, but according to that man, Will, they blew up any documents, or took any documents, and blew up the facility. Or dismantled, I'm not sure which. Rata, you remember examining it prior? They did destroy it.
Can we track Hollywood somehow?
Ramon states, it's possible, but we need to regroup and reorganize.
She will have her badge on her. That is something.
They don't work
She's in another
from a different dimension, but we can at least work with this. As we move over to where those two went.
Sounds spicy.
As Caitlin just leaves.
Well, fuck. Now this is an awkward situation.
Why does everyone have a mask?
Oh gosh. This looks terrible.
Da-da. As you enter
That's why you
inside
don't.
the area, you do see a multitude of people in the facility. You do see that the people that came here before you are around still. You didn't they didn't beat you anywhere else, but you do see a conglomerate of who knows or what they are. You do see more than 10 people, so if these are the bosses, some of them are lieutenants. At least 4. They do stare at you, and Rox just states, "Alright then, I was right. At least 2 of you surprised me."
I'm gonna try and fly over and grab Alice.
Alright, as you try to fly over, you see the man in the middle, but between... oh wait. That lieutenant's gone. My bad. Nope. As you fly in the middle between this strange man in the mask, as well as this other woman in the mask, this person in the middle looks towards you, and go ahead and roll a intelligence saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at those. My +1.
Not bad, but not good enough. As he outstretches his hand straight towards you, for a second, you forget how to fly. In a break in the moment, you just hit the ground in front of him.
Okay. As I semi-roll...
Could I attempt to catch Ali where she falls?
Sure.
Just slide underneath.
Sleight of hand.
I'm not very good at these.
Acrobatics.
Oh,
Your
out
2
of
natural
curiosity,
ones.
what would acrobatics be? Ugh.
You rush over straight towards her, easily grabbing onto her princess style. The person in front kind of chuckles at this, and then you see the man or woman in a ram's mask state towards the person. "Was that really necessary, Magic?" It was fun. Right. Well then, Rox, it seems that you have failed. Not exactly. We did get the documents. Alright then. Partial pass. Magic then looks towards Hallowoo and Cerberus and states, "Alright then, are you seeking to join us, or are you seeking to go back?"
I'm seeking to leave with the child you took.
"Oh, that one."
Cerberus just points at Hallowoo.
Okay. Sure, Rox, just let her go. "Oh, are you sure?" "Yeah, I said let her go." Alright. He does let her go, and you see Alice, her hands are bound and her mouth is gagged with tape. Rush over.
I rush over and pick her up.
Alright, you rush over, pick her up. Cerberus kind of is picking you up as well.
No, he put me down. She
Did
put
he?
me down. Yeah. in the
Yeah,
chat.
I did send her, yeah.
Oh, okay. You let her go, you pick her up, and you... Okay.
Cerberus is holding her weapon down by her side. She isn't in any form of aggressive stance, but I will, in a sense, if any of them try to attack, these two move in the way to take the hit.
Alright, you do then see Magic go, "Alright then, heading back then."
Harry was kind of squinting and just walking over to what she thinks is a teleportation circle.
You then see him snap his fingers, and two other people begin to chant inside this circle. Magic then points to the ground right in front of you, and a small portal opens.
Switch on the way down then, Tori. Charged or not?
It's a one-way trip, so if you do want to come back, I'm afraid you can't.
Zara says she jumps through with Alice.
All right. Cerberus, do you jump through?
I have one thing for this. I will, because I got given it earlier, I will simply put the rose that I got given earlier on the floor and then jump through.
All right, then. As you begin to jump through, you see the rose change into a almost serpent heading towards Magic as it coils around his hand.
Interesting.
As you return back.
I was tempted to leave the mask there.
Would have been interesting.
You know what, fuck it, could I have left the mask as well?
Sure. You just throw it at Magic's face and it hits. It just hits.
I'd put it on the floor with the rose next to it.
Well, the rose thing still happens, but the mask. Just as you jump in, states. Oh yeah, finally, man, that one was so quiet.
It can annoy them. My job is done.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. At this point in time, I would imagine that Caitlin's gone while Rauta and Byroth and, the father are trying to figure out how the portal works.
Calm down, father, now.
Imagine Cove has just backed away, like the Homer into the hedges. Okay.
No, surprisingly enough, he's still there. If you want to detect insight, you could.
Why not? It's my best thing.
He has mentioned he is a volunteer firefighter, so he has dealt with loss of life between family members. So he's just making sure he's okay.
He's just a good guy.
Yeah, basically, he just picked up a rando. But nice dude. However, as you begin to try to figure this out with no actual information other than Ramon, the only scientist in the area, 3 individuals pop out of nowhere. Thankfully enough, it is the people you imagine.
See, Ramon, calm down, think about the problem. A solution presents itself.
Well, that was the easiest interrogation, hostage situation I've been in.
You see Ramon completely cry. There's no two ways about it. He rushes over, kind of shoves Byroth out of the way.
Which is impressive.
Yeah.
I put Alice down, or give Alice to Ramon.
You put her down, give her to Ramon. Ramon removes her tape. She begins to sob uncontrollably. You see him state, "Alright, there, it's alright. Everything's alright." Hugs her, and Cerberus, you're the only one that takes note of this. There is a small red shard of something inside of her collar.
I will tap Halliwoo and point it out.
I'm going
Halu,
to.
you see the shard.
I'm going to try and take it out with Mage Hand.
All right. As you begin to shoot out Mage Hand in the area, grab onto it. You see it sucks in the spell, and then immediately it goes off. As we end the session for today.
Wait, what?
It's one of the
Big-
bombs, obviously.
Big yike.
Yeah. You said it went off though? Oh no.
As it goes off,
I'm
Wait,
just
did you
hoping that
say-
Cerberus is close enough to be able to grab it and martyrdom it.
for today.